Welcome to the Delmarva Almanac. Each week we connect you to the best of Delmarva. I'm your host, Dana Kester McCabe. Last week I met Megan Mudron and her fiancé, Bret Hines, who run Naturally Sun-Kissed Farm in Bishopville, Maryland. They are avid home brewers of beer. Bret also has professional experience in this area. He is the assistant brewmaster at a new microbrew in West Rehoboth called Revelation Brewery. Megan and Bret grow their own hops, which they do sell, but mostly they use it in beer they brew for their own consumption. I asked them to tell us a little bit about what is involved in home brewing for those folks who are considering trying it out for themselves.
So home brewing began in Colorado, which we lived in a town with, I think they have 16 breweries in one town now. So beer is a big part of their culture. And my background is actually molecular biology, and so that's what my master's is in. A friend of mine was really into homebrewing, and he invited us over one day to show us what he was doing, and we really enjoyed it. Me, because I like the science and learning about the yeasts and all of the different chemical properties of it. Bret more because I think he just likes to drink the beer, and he enjoys the engineering side and the
mechanics of it.
Yeah, the mechanics. And started as home brewing, and now it's actually, Bret is a professional brewer.
Like any hobby or craft, it can be as simple or as complex as you want to make it, and that's really the beauty of it. Because when we started, we would literally go to the local Whole Foods store and buy unpasteurized apple cider, add a little bit of champagne yeast, and put a cap on there to let the CO2 come out, and then drink it a few weeks later. As simple as that, to worrying about which hop varieties we want to use to get certain acid compounds and flavors, to working with specialty malts and grains to have different dryness and sweetness and protein contents.
I asked Bret and Megan what you actually need to start brewing beer at home.
A couple 5-gallon buckets and a couple food grade tubes and for high temperatures, and crab. Any Eastern Shore Marylander or Delmarva person knows that a good crab pot and crab burner is always somewhere stored in the property. So you just need a heat source and something to and some clean water, really.
The process is very simple. You make sugar water, and that's called wort, which we do by it's steeping, like tea. You would steep the grains and draw out that. The hops need to be boiled in order to fully extract that compound. So boil anywhere from 15 minutes. We normally do a 60 to 75 minute boil. And after that, it needs to be cooled. You can do that naturally. You could do that with equipment. But then you add your yeast after it's cooled. So you need malt, which is the sugar. You need hops, which is the bittering. And then you need yeast. And of course, included in that is the water that you're using. So 4 ingredients. You could add as many spices as you want. You could be as complicated as you want, but it really needs just 4 ingredients.
It could take anywhere from a week to 2 to 3 weeks for the alcohol to really be created and the yeast to reabsorb all of their flavor compounds to make it get the right beer style that you were going for. And then depending if you are naturally carbonating your beer by back sweetening it with sugar, then bottle conditioning, that could be another 2 weeks. Or if you just keg it and force carbonate with CO2, which has been expedites the process, you can be done in just a matter of a day or 2.
Find out more about this topic at our website, delmarvaalmanac.com/living. Well, that's all for this edition of the Delmarva Almanac. Be sure to follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and next week join us to learn more about our local culture and get connected to our natural wonders. If you'd like to become an underwriter for this program, visit delmarvaalmanac.com/support. We'd like to thank our community partners, the Friends of Delmarva Public Radio, the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and underwriters eatdrinkbuyart.com for their help in bringing this program to you, our audience. Our theme music was provided by Brightside Studio. This show has been a Moonshell production. Thanks for listening. Until we meet again, may the rhythms and tides of Delmarva bring you good fortune.